innocent, they refuse to buy.
And later, as Ghana gets lit up for the Yuletide, we tell you about the Christmas trees in town made from plastic bottles.
If we had all Christmas tree made with plastics, it's going to save Mother Earth of the plastic waste degradation it would have experienced.
With details you want to stay. Thanks for choosing us this morning. We are a home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. My name is Manuel Koranteng. To our very first story now, and the Ghana Medical Association is calling for urgent scale-up of COVID testing and contact tracing for all positive cases. The Ghana Health Service, in its latest report on the COVID-19 situation, shows a sharp increase in cases across the country. President of the GMA, Dr. Frank Cerebral, says the situation, if not checked, could weaken the country's healthcare system. Here are excerpts of a statement released by the GMA.
In the last couple of weeks, our COVID-19 testing sites and health facilities have witnessed a sharp increase in number of positive cases over the last 1 week, especially in Greater Accra and Ashanti regions, with alarming daily positivity rates ranging between 40% to 50%. This escalation in cases is likely driven by the Omicron variant of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, which is highly proven to be more transmissible than hitherto dreaded Delta variant, which dominated our third wave of COVID-19. This is a very worrying development which calls for concern by all well-meaning Ghanaians, especially as we enter the Christmas and New Year festivities with their characteristic mass events and celebrations.
Excerpts of a statement released by the Ghana Medical Association. Away from that now, minority spokesperson on finance, Dr. Casey Alatoforsen, says they may consider the e-levy on mobile money transfers of the threshold if the threshold for exemption is placed at 1,000 Ghana cedis. The e-levy bill imposes the levy on mobile money transfers above 100 Ghana cedis. But Dr. Alatoforsen says the NDC side would demand that the threshold is significantly increased when negotiations resume.
There's no clarity. I mean, the instruction must come from the government side as to what they want us to do. There are those with a bill. There are those that want us to have an engagement. They should lead. And that's why I'm saying I'm hoping to see leadership. I'm ready, apart from going to my constituency. And even if I go to my constituency today and they call me the very day, I will come back and sit. We are ever ready.
Are you willing, now Parliament is, are you willing if they recall Parliament for this, will you come?
Look, even if they call me on the 25th of December on a Christmas day, we are ready to work.
And that's the minority spokesperson on finance. Now, MP for Boko Central, Mahama Ayariga, is challenging the legality of government's attempt to sell the state shares in rescued banks through the Ghana Amalgamated Trust. Mr. Ayariga has issued to the Bank of Ghana a 5-day ultimatum to halt the sale or face legal action in a parliamentary probe. He has written to the Bank of Ghana indicating a resolve to take further action unless the central bank investigates the Ghana Amalgamated Trust for attempting to sell off the state shares in some rescued banks to people he describes as questionable.
Indeed, the very legality of what GAT is doing is questionable because GAT really is a company, limited liability company. The main shareholders are NPAC. NPAC is not a government, but government money was taken and given to GAT, and NPAC was nominated to hold the shares on behalf of government in GAT. I mean, you can see this convoluted process raises very serious legal questions. And that is the subject of another exercise that might follow soon.
Mahama Ayariga there. Now, in his petition, he alleges that the trust has already written to the Securities and Exchange Commission in its bid to sell off the shares, which have been allegedly valued by companies that are connected to agents of the finance minister. He has failed to provide any evidence but says he will do so if the matter goes to court. Let's do Tech Thursday now. And electronic toys form the bulk of Christmas items. Unfortunately, that presents a challenge for traders who mostly have little education or knowledge on electronics when the items start malfunctioning. On Tech Thursday, Love FM's Kwesi Debra looks at how light and sound affect sales of Christmas toys and how these traders are coping with their maintenance.
The light and sound helps to drive sales.
This observation is the main force behind trader Felicity's selection of items for Christmas sales. The items ranging from hats to spectacles are either fitted with buzzers or lights.
They all demand light or sound. If they are absent, they refuse to buy.
For the entire items costing 500 cedis, the ones with light and sound form 80%.
I bought the ones with light and sound for 400 cedis.
Of course, sometimes the electronics go bonkers. Felicity would then try to do some repairs. She fidgets with either the wires or the batteries.
Sometimes, when you play with the wires, they get back to work.
When the attempts are not successful, Felicity has no other choice but to give a discount.
The spectacles are 5 cedis, but I'll give it to you at 4 cedis when the light is not working.
Love FM's Kwesi Debra with that report. We'll stay a while longer on Christmas because Christmas trees have almost always been made out of expensive exotic materials that puts the cost beyond many who may want to decorate their homes for the Yuletide. With just 2 days to the Christmas, one man is seeking to change that and also help tackle one of the country's biggest environmental problems, plastic pollution. My colleague Justice Beatty went to meet him and our reports.
Plastic bottles have become a problem for many in Ghana. Choking gutters, filling up waterways, worsening the country's already big environmental problems. Here, inside the academic city university in Accra, plastic bottles have a different use. Makafui Awuku is a serial entrepreneur and engineer. 5 years ago, he started making Christmas trees with plastic bottles.
I realized that when people see the plastic waste being used for upcycled items, it changes their behavior without you even speaking to them about it, because they can see the visible plastics in the installation. And the Christmas tree installation is one of the most amazing installations we do every year. So every year we identify a couple of public spaces, we weave the tree with a couple of volunteers, and then we put lights in them, and we have it installed, and it can be there for a couple of weeks or months.
This is the Achimota School. It is one of the country's oldest and best high schools. And it is here that Awuku's organization is partnering young students to teach them how to build Christmas trees from plastic waste they create in the school.
We have a 20-foot tall tree with a base of 7 feet, made up of about over 1,200 plastic bottles recycled right here in the school.
Justice Bedu's report, of course, if you see a Christmas tree in town, it just may have been made from plastic. But that's how we wrap up the news here at 6 here on Joy 99.7 FM. Our top story is our Ghana Medical Association calling for urgent upscale of COVID-19 testing and contact tracing for all positive cases as it fears the escalating cases, if not checked, will weaken the country's health care system. There's more news when you log on to myjoyonline.com. My name is Manuel Koranteng. Thanks for your company.